Welcome back. Join hands with the notorious. The Walking Dead comics have an interesting origin. In the early 2000s, writer Robert Kirkman and artist Tony Moore pitched a futuristic zombie story, Dead Planet, but Image Comics rejected it. They reworked it as a sequel to Night of the Living Dead, with clear references to the film. However, Image's Jim Valentino advised them to create an original concept. Their revised pitch still felt too familiar, so Kirkman falsely claimed aliens caused the outbreak to secure approval. The trick worked, and by 2003, The Walking Dead was in production. Volume 1, titled Days Gone By, launches directly into action, opening with a pre-apocalyptic police shootout. Officers Rick Grimes and Shane Walsh take cover behind a vehicle as Rick attempts to outflank the fleeing suspects. This tactical decision results in Rick being shot within the first 6 panels. He regains consciousness in a hospital, dehydrated and weakened, calling out for medical assistance that never arrives. Dressed and navigating the silent corridors, Rick discovers the hospital's eerie emptiness. Upon opening the elevator doors, he's confronted by a decomposing corpse. His cries for help echo unanswered through the facility, except for the cafeteria, where he finds numerous infected individuals trapped behind barricaded doors. During his escape attempt, Rick tumbles downstairs alongside one of the infected, whose skull is crushed in the fall. However, his escape provides little relief as he soon realizes the situation extends far beyond the hospital's walls. Uncut lawns and scattered debris indicate widespread abandonment. The gravity of the situation becomes undeniable when a severely mutilated corpse begins responding to his presence, suggesting something beyond mere illness. Returning to his residence, Rick finds it ransacked with no trace of his wife, Lori, or son, Carl. While searching the neighborhood, he's suddenly struck unconscious by a shovel. He awakens in the care of Morgan Jones and his son, Dwayne, who had mistaken him for a walker. Morgan explains the rapid societal collapse. One day, normal life continued as usual. The next brought chaos. Media outlets, uncertain of the situation, advise citizens to relocate to metropolitan areas for military protection. The only clear directive was to avoid bites or scratches from the infected. Before departing for Atlanta, Rick equips himself at the police station, sharing supplies with Morgan, who opts to remain in the smaller town. They encounter a trapped walker, and while Rick instinctively aims for its head, Morgan advises conserving ammunition and avoiding noise. Rick's final act before leaving, mercifully ending a suffering walker, symbolizes both the necessity of violence in this new world and its emotional toll. Rick's journey toward Atlanta proceeds quietly until his vehicle runs out of fuel. At a nearby farmhouse, he encounters the tragic aftermath of a murder-suicide, illustrating how some couldn't endure the new reality. Though the farm lacks fuel, it provides a horse for transportation. Upon reaching Atlanta, instead of finding military protection, Rick encounters a massive horde of walkers. He narrowly escapes, losing the horse, and is saved by Glenn Rhee, who provides covering fire. Glenn leads Rick to a survivor camp outside the city, where he's joyfully reunited with Lori and Carl. He also finds Shane, his former partner, who had guided his family to safety. Rick meets various survivors, including Andrea, Amy, Carol, Socia, Dale, Jim, and the less familiar faces of Alan, Donna, and their twins, Ben and Billy. That evening, Rick recounts his hospital awakening, though his focus remains on his miraculous family reunion. As Rick adjusts to camp life, Dale warns him about Shane's apparent displeasure at his return and advises caution regarding his wife. While Rick initially dismisses these concerns, subsequent events prove Dale's instincts correct. A walker attack at the camp forces the group to confront the reality that these aren't merely sick individuals, as demonstrated by a severed head continuing to snap at them. Shane's hostile glances at Rick's family interactions suggest deeper issues. Rick proposes relocating to a safer location, but Shane adamantly refuses, maintaining faith in government intervention. Rick accepts this decision but plans a weapons retrieval mission to Atlanta with Glenn. They devise an innovative strategy, using Walker Viscera as camouflage to move undetected through the city. Though successful initially, rain washes away their disguise, leading to a harrowing escape. Meanwhile, at the camp, a charged moment between Lori and Shane reveals their previous intimate relationship, which Lori dismisses as a mistake, leaving Shane to wrestle with his emotions. The group's situation deteriorates with increasing Walker sightings and dropping temperatures. During a communal campfire gathering, Amy's sudden death by Walker attack launches a tragic sequence of events, including Jim's bite infection. The mounting tensions between Rick and Shane culminate in a violent confrontation, with Shane blaming Rick for recent deaths and feeling stripped of his leadership role and potential relationship with Lori. The situation reaches its climax when Shane draws his weapon on Rick, only to be fatally shot by Carl, who acts to protect his father. This shocking conclusion emphasizes the harsh realities of their new world and its impact on even the youngest survivors. This narrative differs significantly from the television adaptation, particularly regarding Shane's character development and demise. The comic's portrayal of Shane's breakdown feels somewhat rushed compared to the show's more nuanced approach. The similarities between the comic's opening and 28 Days Later remain a point of discussion, though Kirkman maintains any parallels were coincidental, as the second issue was already in development when the film released.